Hello again, folks. It's Luke, and it's time for another episode of I Am Going to Review Some Shit.
I am gonna review some shit. I am gonna review some shit.
On today's episode of I Am Going to Review Some Shit, I'm going to do this album, Todd Rundgren's A Wizard, A True Star. This is an album I came across about a year ago. I went to Swordfish Records in Birmingham, found this. I loved the cover. Just look at it, it's insane. And I saw the cover and I put it on, and I was immediately blown away. I was like, damn, this is one I need in my collection. So let me take you through it. So a little bit of backstory. Well, not a lot of backstory, but just a little bit. Todd Rundgren, on this album particularly, he was experimenting a lot with psychedelics, and it shows. However, I think in this case, not that I really endorse psychedelics at all, it really paid off with this, I think. The album, it's very varied and fun throughout, because there's, for instance, just on the first side, there's hard rock with the song Rock and Roll Pussy, there's smooth soul with You Don't Have to Camp Around, there's avant-garde weirdness with the song Flamingo, and this sort of march sort of thing with the song Zen Archer. So yeah, there's a bit of everything. And the songs on this aren't very long. You know, they're just little snippets, but they are fully fleshed out in those snippets. But you get a little taste of everything, and it all blends together, just flows seamlessly, and nothing ever sort of pricks your ears, sort of makes you jump or anything. It's just perfectly produced and sort of thought through, which is great. Definitely the focus of the record is the trippiness, but the songwriting is never, the hooks of the record are never, left to the side. They're always, addressed. And, throughout this record, there's this very solid sort of 60s sci-fi sort of vibe with the blending of instruments of vintage synthesizers, arpeggiators, guitar, stuff with a lot of the time there's parts where it sort of sounds like the tape maybe have been sort of sped up to get the instruments to sound that way, and I love that. This album came out in 1972, and it's just great to see people pushing the boundaries. It's something I always really respect. It's something I try and do in my music. The psychedelia in it isn't subtle, however, it's never overwhelming. And I would say if you're going to do drugs to an album, especially psychedelics, this isn't a bad album to listen to. Because it's going to trip you out, but it's not going to scare you in any way. A lot of the time in this album, there's weird instrument combos, like one of the songs on the second half of the album. There's this slide guitar solo over brass. The song's called Hungry for Love. When do you ever hear that? No, you're getting a snippet into something really weird with this album, and it pays off massively. Lyrically, it's in some places it's pretty just giggly, like songs like Just Another Onion Head or When the Shit Hits the Fan. It's just delightfully humorous. It's not offensive, apart from that one time on one of the songs on the second side where he says, "My voice is so high that people think I'm gay." Yeah, sorry Todd, that hasn't really aged well. but you know, whatever. I'm not mad about it. But yeah, it's just a brilliant record that just flows all the way through, goes to all these places, has all these weird combinations. The songwriting is absolutely on point. Compared to his other work, it's definitely different, but sort of the same. Like, it's just sort of a little bit more out there. The only sort of gripe I had with this is, other than the lyric I mentioned earlier, is the sound quality. Now, on vinyl, each side's about 25-27 minutes long, I believe. So the grooves are quite condensed. I listen to this on, well, the way I write reviews is I go on a walk, download it on Spotify, and make notes as I go. I listen to it on Spotify, and it doesn't sound any better. Honestly, you'd think, going through, and it was a remaster, and it still didn't sound good. But at the same time, that sort of lack of sound quality does give it this sort of charm. Overall, this album, I just keep coming back to this word, it's delightful. As sort of sappy as that sounds, it really is. It's just a fun album to listen to, and for that reason, it's going to get 10 out of 10. It's the first album I've reviewed that gets it. It's a classic. It is a classic. I would totally recommend it. Alright, that wraps it up. Next week, or whenever I decide to upload a video, I'm going to do Stone's new track, Fuse. I have a bit of a history with that band. Some anecdotes I can tell, which I will. So yeah, that's it. Just if you see a copy of this on vinyl or CD, just don't hesitate to get it. It will make your life 10% better. I am sure of it. Alright, well, that's a wrap. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.